Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 121 of Cameron Sports Podcast. It's your host here, Cameron Lindsay, and I'm back with a brand new episode. Today's episode, I'm going to be making my NFL 2025 Week 3 game picks and predictions. Talk about a few injuries going around with certain teams and how that may impact them winning the game or losing the game. But yeah, let's get right into it. Before we get right into it, I want to say, of course, thank you to everyone that always watches the episode and watches me grow as a journalist, analyst, watch this podcast grow. I appreciate you and everything you do for me as a viewer and a supporter. But now let's get right into these NFL games, starting with some Thursday night football between two AFC East rivals, the Miami Dolphins at 0-2 taking on the Buffalo Bills, who are 2-0. I say start with the Miami Dolphins. I do believe Mike McDaniels is coaching for his job. I feel like if they get blown out so badly that he could get fired after this game, I'm not gonna lie. He might survive, but I think either way, I think at the end of the season he's gonna be gone. If the Dolphins don't make the playoffs, he's gonna be gone. The Dolphins team is a mess. Tua can't stay healthy. He's been playing bad even when he's healthy lately. Tyreek ain't getting the ball. He's getting frustrated. That Miami defense is terrible. The only good player really is Mika Fitzpatrick. And I feel bad for him because the first time he wanted traded from Miami because they wasn't good. And now he's back in Miami and they still not good. And yeah, I think it's going to be a whole mess. I could see Tyreek Hill possibly getting traded maybe by the deadline or even before the trade deadline. But I don't think he's going to be a Miami Dolphin next year. Tua might still be one next year. But I say Tua, if not this year, Tua has one more year in Miami. I could see Miami letting him go after next year. But I think he's coaching for his job. Miami they had the window. They had all the talent. They can never get it right. And Mike McDaniel, he's a good offensive mind, but he's just not the right coach in Miami. And you got beat badly against Indianapolis. They only scored 8 points week 1. If you saw my week 1 episode, I picked Miami big over Indy because I didn't believe in Daniel Jones. I didn't trust Daniel Jones. I didn't trust that Colts team overall. That they got talent, but I just don't trust them, especially because of the quarterback position. And they had Daniel Jones out there looking like the second coming of Peyton Manning. 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. They had him looking great. That Colts defense played outstanding. Shout out to them because they actually got some good players in that side of the ball with DeForest Buckner, Kenny Moore. They got some good players in that Colts defense. And yeah, that's bad. Scoring 8 points. Like, I get if the Colts would have won a close one, but only scoring 8 points, that's bad. And Tua had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions and I think a fumble. And yeah, that was just bad. And then the Patriots game, okay, that's AFC's rival, maybe close, but I expect them to win that game, especially being in Miami because the Patriots don't have a good history of winning in Miami, especially early in the season. It's hard to win in Miami, especially with that weather, that heat. And I thought the Dolphins were going to come out, and they didn't. They poor execution on special teams, poor execution by Tua, poor coaching by Mike McDaniel. Now, I saw the signs of the Dolphins, especially during training camp. But, yeah, but I'm going Buffalo 41-17. I just think there's too much firepower. Josh Allen is playing like the MVP that he is winning it last year. And right now it looks like he's a favorite this year again. Him or Lamar. My vote would have been Lamar last year, but I think Josh did deserve it. I just think that Buffalo is just they're not too loaded. It's just with Josh Allen, there's no way. I think Miami stops Josh Allen. And 2, I know at some point he's either going to get hurt or he's going to turn the ball over multiple times. I can see that happening. I got my Buffalo 41-17. Next up, let's go on to our Sunday games. Starting with the Bengals 2-0 and the Vikings 1-1. Joe Burrow will need toe surgery. He will be sidelined for 3 months minimum. Quarterback Jake Browning is now the starter. He came in that game against Jacksonville. They ended up winning, so that's good for them. They're 2-0. But the bad part is Joe Burrow will be gone for the next 3 months, and that sucks for Cincy because now you're thinking, okay, they can make the playoffs, but even with receivers like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I don't see how the Bengals make it to the playoffs. I just don't. Especially the loaded AFC. When you got my Chargers, you got the Bills, you got the Ravens, and you got Denver, probably maybe the Raiders, the Patriots. Who knows how good they're going to be. It's just too loaded, and I just don't. I think the Bengals season is already off to a bad start, and it sucks seeing somebody talented like Joe Burrow get hurt, have a bad injury history. But yeah, he will miss the next 3 months. Also for the Vikings, their quarterback is going to be gone this week, and I think maybe a little bit further. J.J. McCarthy will miss week 3 against the Bengals. Also, running back Aaron Jones is placed on IR. So Minnesota is losing some key players, their quarterback and their starting running back. They lost both of them, got hurt in the Falcons game on Sunday Night Football. And a loss. Now, this game was hard for me to pick because both these teams have really key injuries. But Carson Wentz will be the starter for Minnesota. I think maybe he can do enough. It's like it's going to be a battle between quarterbacks of who can make the least mistakes, Jake Browning or Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had an MVP caliber year back in 2017 before he got hurt. He would have won the MVP if he didn't get hurt that year. Ever since then, he's just been washed. Now it's like, can he outduel Jake Browning? You got Justin Jefferson. You got Adam Thielen. That Vikings defense is legit, pretty good. I don't know if Harrison Smith's going to be back. He may or may not. But, yeah, I'm going to go in this one. I'm going to go Vikings in a low-scoring game over the Bengals, 17-14. I think the Vikings get it just slightly over Cincinnati. Next, got the Houston Texans at 0-2 versus Jaguars 1-1. I'm going Houston 23-16. Main reason is I just don't have any faith left in Trevor Lawrence. I try to, like, people talking bad about him, like they don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I'm watching TV, they don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But it's like almost every game he plays, he's guaranteed to have an interception or maybe 2 interceptions. So if he throws a touchdown, he's going to have an interception. If he throws 2 touchdowns, he's going to have 2 interceptions. And like people looked at Trevor Lawrence like baby Jesus coming out of college in the NFL draft as a prospect. Some people had him as a better prospect than Andrew Luck coming out of college. That's how good Trevor Lawrence was. Somebody that's 6'6", 220 plus pounds. And now it's like he's playing average football. He got paid this big money and he's playing average. I see why LaShawn McCoy is not a big fan of Trevor Lawrence. I see that now. And I think, yeah, he can still be a franchise quarterback. I just don't think he could be elite. I just don't think he'll ever be elite. And, yeah, that sucks. I'll give him, if he keeps getting worse or don't get better, I'll give him maybe another year or 2 because he just signed that contract before Jacksonville maybe tries to move on. Because you got talent. You got Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. You don't want to waste that talent with especially with the quarterback position with those 2 receivers. But I'm going Houston. Even though Houston's offensive line is terrible, they still got Nico Collins. That Houston defense is elite. I believe in it. Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter. There's one of the best cornerbacks in football, and Derek Stingley Jr. is second best corner in the league right now behind Patrick Surtain. So I believe in that Houston defense. If they can hold Tampa Bay low scoring most of the game, I think they can do that to Jacksonville. and I think Houston will get the win 23-16 over the Jaguars. Next up, got the Colts 2-0 against the Titans 0-2. Not gonna waste too much time on that. I got Colts 21-13. Colts have been playing really well. Daniel Jones, credit to him. Now I still don't believe in him. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't trust him. It's a long season, so maybe he can prove me wrong. But the Titans, like I said, got a rookie quarterback in Cam Ward. They still got a lot to work on, and I just don't see them beating the Colts in this game, even at home. Next up, got the Steelers at 1-1 against the Patriots 1-1. I got the Patriots 24-20. I think at home versus Steelers, I think they can get the win. Drake May, I think he's going to play well. That Steelers defense, the first 2 games of the season, has not been playing all that good, to be honest. Giving up 30 points to the Jets week 1, giving up 30 points to Seattle at home. I'm like, you know how hard it is to beat the Steelers at home? Very hard. I'm a Chargers fan, and every time our Chargers play the Pittsburgh Steelers at their place, we always lost. It's hard to win there. And Seattle just walked up in there. Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith-Jigba went in there and won that game. No problem. 31 points, 31-17. I was shocked. And I think with that Patriots defense, Mike Vrabel, I don't know if Christian Gonzalez will be back, their best defensive player, but if he will, he'll probably be on DK Metcalf. Be on DK Metcalf, because that's the only person I would fear on the Steelers offense. There's nobody else I really fear besides DK, and that's it. I think Drake May will have a good game, long as they can protect him from TJ Watt, keep him upright, and I think the Patriots get this win over the Steelers. Next up, got the Packers 2-0 against the Browns 0-2. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. The Browns stink. The defense is good. Myles Garrett looking like he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year. He already leading the league in sacks with 3.5. But with the Packers playing elite football on both sides of the ball, especially their defense with the addition of Micah Parsons, I think there's no way the Browns beat the Packers. I think they're going to dominate. I got the Packers 38-13 over the Browns, maybe even more. But I'm being nice getting the Browns 13 points, to be honest. I wanted to say like 3 or 7, but some teams can score late in the fourth quarter when the game's already over. So I got Packers 38-13. Next up, got the possibly could be the game of the week, a rematch from last year's divisional round between the Rams, who are 2-0, and the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, who are also 2-0. The Rams were the only team to get close to beating the Eagles last year in the postseason. Every other team, the Eagles pretty much dominated. The Packers, the Commanders, and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The Rams came this close to beating the Eagles in the playoffs. One name that kept the Rams from not winning that game, Jalen Carter, a beast on the defensive line. Arguably could be the best defensive tackle in football if he gets in shape and not spit on anybody like he did in week 1 against the Cowboys before they even took a defensive snap. But Jalen Carter is a different animal. He was a difference maker in that game. Getting multiple quarterback pressures on Matthew Stafford, throwing his rhythm off. He wasn't able to complete a pass. All the Rams needed was a touchdown. They was in the red zone, but that kept them from winning that game against the Eagles, which led to them winning the Super Bowl over the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat the Rams 28-22 in the division round. Now, some people really think that I can understand the Rams are probably going to beat the Eagles. They think so. With Devontae Adams, you got Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Brandon Fisk, Jared Verse on the defensive side of the ball. Those 2 pass rushers. So the Rams defense is legit. I really think it is. But until I see it happen, in my opinion, I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. I know Jalen Hurts is not putting up the stats, but all he does is win. He does what he needs to win. If he's not throwing for 200 plus, and let's get this straight. People who think Jalen Hurts is booty juice, like, come on, he outplayed Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls. If it wasn't for 1 turnover, which is a fumble, Jalen Hurts would be a two-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Wouldn't be no doubt that he's a top 10 quarterback. He'll be a 2-time Super Bowl champion. So it's not like Jalen Hurts cannot play. I hate when I see casual fans on the internet talking bad about Jalen Hurts. I said it about a year ago. I think he won't be elite, but he proved me wrong. I think he can be elite. Whether that's throwing for 100 yards, hey, he might only throw for 70 yards. But guess what? He does when he needs to win. And especially the quarterback position, that's all that matters is winning. That's all I see is them. Well, he got the stats, but has he won anything? That's all I see. So I'm going Eagles 26-23 over the Rams. I think Jalen Hurts is going to find a way to win, whether that's with his legs, with his arm. Yes, they need to get A.J. Brown more involved. They number one receiver. I think Jalen Carter is going to be the key factor in this game. Either him or Cooper DeJean. Them two, I really like the most in the Eagles defense. Besides Quinyon Mitchell. Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean and Nolan Smith. Them four. I really like on that Eagles defense. But I got the Eagles over the Rams. Jets 0-2. The Buccaneers 2-0. Also Sunday. 1 o'clock game. I'm going to Buccaneers. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor is expected to start an injury of Justin Fields, who's in concussion protocol. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm going Tampa. Even if he was playing, I'll still go Tampa. But with him not playing, I've got the Buccaneers 34-10. Baker Mayfield is playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league right now. But don't get me twisted. I'm not taking Baker over my quarterback, Justin Herbert. But he is playing like an MVP candidate. I'll give Baker that. And Emeka Ibuka, the rookie out of Ohio State, is playing like he might be Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's balling out with 3 touchdowns already to start the season for the rookie out of Ohio State. But I got Tampa Bay 34-10. Next up, I got the Las Vegas Raiders 1-1 against the Commanders 1-1. Quarterback Jaden Daniels might miss out on this game due to injury. With that being said, due to his injury and possibly missing this game, I got the Raiders 24-16. I think the Raiders will bounce back from the loss to my Chargers. Geno Smith will play a better game. Especially, I think the difference maker will be Brock Bowers, who's the best tight end in football. He's the best tight end last year as a rookie. Set the rookie record for most catches in a single season. Was top 10 in receiving yards in players, regardless of rookie or not. He was top 10 in the league last year. I think he'll be a key factor. I think Max Crosby is going to have a good game because that Commanders' offensive line is still a little shaky. I think they need to get Ashton Genty more involved in the run game. I think the Raiders bounce back and get the win over the Commanders. Next, I got the Atlanta Falcons 1-1 against the Panthers 0-2. I think this could be an upset right here. I think the Panthers and Falcons will end up splitting because they're both not too far off. They got talent. Both got talent. I just think the Panthers' defense is more suspect than Atlanta. But I think Bryce Young, he almost came back against Arizona. He threw for over 300 yards and had a good game against the Cardinals. I think he bounces back. I think Xavier Leggett and their rookie receiver out of Arizona, Tetra McMillan, them two will step up. I think they'll have a good game. I think Bryce Young and the Panthers get the win over the Falcons 24-21 in a close game. I got the upset Panthers over Atlanta. Next up, the Denver Broncos 1-1 against my Los Angeles Chargers 2-0 in SoFi, our home opener. But I do want to start off with linebacker Khalil Mack is expected to miss a few weeks due to a dislocated elbow. In the win against the Raiders, he's going for a tackle, and he ended up dislocating his elbow going under the tent. But he's not out for the season, so I'm happy. I was like, because we need Khalil Mack. He's still productive. He may not be the Hall of Fame Khalil Mack he was, but he's still very productive in the NFL. So I'm glad to see that at some point during the season, early in the season, we will get him back. So Khalil, I wish you the best and get a speedy recovery. With that being said, I'm going my Chargers 26-17. I do fear and respect that Denver defense, especially with the defensive player of the year in Patrick Surtain, that Denver pass rush, Drake Greenlaw at linebacker, Ufanga at safety, but Patrick Surtain can't cover everybody. If the way our offensive line been playing, they've been playing pretty good. What we did against Kansas City and Chris Jones, what we did against Max Crosby and the Raiders. We've been protecting Justin Herbert pretty fine, and I'm really happy about that. Trey Pickens did a great job 1-on-1 against Max Crosby. Joe Alt did good against Chris Jones, and I think we can do the same thing in Denver, but we need to establish the runs. That also can help protect Herbert from taking unnecessary hits and have to pass the ball so many times. He can't be our leading rusher. That also can help us with play action going against Patrick Surtain because he can't cover everybody. Let's keep this, the way we've been distributing to our receivers. Let's keep doing that, especially in this game. Ladd McConkey, Quinyon Johnston, Keenan Allen. Them are our top 3 receivers that we really gonna need the most, especially going against somebody like Patrick Surtain, so we can keep him guessing. Because he can't cover all 3 at once. It's just impossible. No matter how good you are, it's impossible. But I got my Chargers 26-17. I think we edge out Denver, go to 3-0, 3-0 in the division, and tell people that we're coming. We are coming. Everybody's saying the Chargers, we always choke when it matters. It's all right. I'm going to let them slide because technically it's true. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not delusional. But my Chargers, we coming. We getting the win over Denver this Sunday. Next up, got New Orleans Saints 0-2 against the Seattle Seahawks and 1-1. I'm not going to waste too much time on this because the Saints are hot garbage. Sorry, Uncle and Mr. White. I know they're both Saints fans. I got Seattle 29-9. I just think that win over Pittsburgh was very impressive on the road. They barely lost to San Francisco at home. That was a close loss. And I think Seattle does have talent. Their defense is actually legit. And I like what they got in their secondary. Jackson Smith-Jigba is playing like one of the best receivers in the league right now, even though it's early. Sam Darnold looks okay. Not amazing, but he looks okay. And I just don't trust the Saints defense. They're getting older. They only got Cam Jordan. And their offense is mid at best. All they got is Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave. And Spencer Rattler is just not it. I don't know if Tyler Shuck at some point, he's more likely probably going to play. Maybe in this game, we'll see. But I got the Seahawks 29-9. Next up, got Dallas Cowboys 1-1 against Chicago Bears 0-2. Ben Johnson, the head coach of the Bears, just called out his whole team saying they're not practicing like a championship caliber team. Well, Ben, I'm going to let you know something. The Bears are not a championship contender team right now. Maybe in the future, if Caleb Williams ends up turning out being the guy, I think at some point they will be championship contenders. But right now, no. Even with DJ Moore and Connect and Colston Loveland, Luther Bird and Roma Duze, all the weapons, DeAndre Swift that you have on that Bears offense, I'm sorry, it's still not. Because Caleb has not developed to his potential yet. That quarterback position is the most important position on the football field. He needs to develop more. But with the Cowboys, they got a close win over the Giants. Dak is still Dak. Dak is a good quarterback. He's I give him top 12. I think Dak is top 12, not quite top 10. And unless the Bears, I think, will still probably be out their best corner. Or I think he might play, but I don't know if he'll be 100%. He's most likely going to be guarding CeeDee Lamb. But I think this is a game that George Pickens can stand out and make his breakthrough with the Cowboys. I think they get the win over the Bears, 28-17 on the road. Next up, got the Arizona Cardinals 2-0 against the 49ers 2-0. Quarterback Brock Purdy will miss 2 to 5 weeks. Mac Jones will end up being the starting quarterback again, like he did against the Saints last week. George Kittle is already out due to injury. With that being said, I'm going Arizona 20-12. I think it'll be a close game. I just think with how Arizona usually beat early in the season, they do always play well. Kyler Murray, I think, is going to have a decent game, but it won't be easy against that 49ers defense at all, especially with Nick Bosa, especially at helm. But I think Arizona will do enough to get the win over the 49ers and give them their first loss to improve to 3-0. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs 0-2 taking on the Giants 0-2, a Sunday Night Football matchup. I think the Chiefs will bounce back, coming off a loss against my Chargers week 1 and the Eagles at home week 2. I was messing with one of my coworkers, a.k.a. Drip on first shift. Shout out to you, my boy. A real big Chiefs fan. He works at Kia with me. And I was messing with him saying Malik Neighbors is going to have probably 200 yards, which he might. But I think end of the day, Chiefs are going to get that win. I just think Mahomes is too good to let the Chiefs go down 0-3, especially against the Giants. Even if Rush throws for like 300-plus yards, I just think the Chiefs are just going to bounce back. even with them being 0-2, I keep telling people don't underestimate the Chiefs. I've seen this happen before where they start off slow and they get in the playoffs and they just take off. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm still nervous. That's why I'm not talking no trash to no Chiefs fans because it's a long season. And the season don't end after 2 weeks. It ends in the Super Bowl in February. So I'm letting people know right now, do not take the Chiefs lightly. As long as 15 and Big Red Andy Reid is on that Chiefs team, coaching and playing, the Chiefs will always be title contenders. I don't care what nobody says at all. No professional journalists. I know I'm not there on ESPN yet, but I would tell them the same thing I was there. Don't underestimate the Chiefs. Even if they start 0-6, I'm not going to overlook them. But I got the Chiefs 27-20. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Mahomes will edge out. They'll have Xavier Worthy back. I don't know how healthy he's going to be, but I think he will be some factor in this game a little bit. Next up, lastly, the Detroit Lions 1-1 against the Ravens 1-1. This could possibly be the game of the week for week 3. But I'm going to go Ravens 30-26. And I think it'll be a close game, even with the Ravens at home, because that Ravens defense, their secondary, even with Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey and Jair Alexander, they haven't been really that good lately, especially against an elite team like the Buffalo Bills. Now, last week against the Cleveland Browns, they were good because that's Cleveland. Anybody could do that. But against a good team like Detroit, who got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, David Montgomery, and Jahmyr Gibbs, I don't know if they're going to be able to stop all that unless they get pressure on Jared Goff. They're going to have to get big pressure on Jared Goff. That defensive line is going to have to step up. But I got the Ravens 30-26. I think Lamar being right now the best quarterback in football, looking like the MVP favorite. I think they're going to get the win over the Lions, improve to 2-1. But don't panic, Lion fans. It's going to be okay. Even 1-2, I think the Lions will still make the playoffs. I don't know about winning the division because how Green Bay is playing, but I think the Lions will still make the playoffs. It's like, again, it's a long season up ahead. But, yeah, those are my game day picks and predictions, injury updates. Just in case any fans don't know, what to expect, But then again, it's NFL game day, so there could be more injury updates coming up. Because I'm going to be watching because I want to see, how healthy my Chargers are, especially going against the Denver Broncos and elite defense like that. But, yes, I definitely appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, you all mean so much to me, and I'm going to always do this podcast no matter what because it's too important to me. It's my baby. I'm growing it literally from the ground up because I only got 250 subscribers. I'm not at 1 million yet, so I'm continuing to do it. But yeah, make sure to follow me on all social media platforms. This has been your favorite host and your favorite sports podcast. I hope it's your favorite sports podcast. And I'll catch you next time for another episode with Cam. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button so you can touch down with Cam. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Take care.